Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now today's video is a little bit different to the ones I normally do on my channel. This video has potential to be a start of a series on my channel. I'm going to be going through, I'm going to randomly select 5 footballing moments from any time, throughout football's history. I'm going to be picking 5 different moments that stand out. And I'm going to rank them, 1 to 5. 5 being the worst. 5 being, not the worst, but 5 being the not so much impressive as the others, in my opinion. And then 1 being what I was most impressed with. Or my favourite, really. So if you do want this to be the start of a new series, then please let me know in the comments below and give me some footballing moments, some of your favourite footballing moments, some footballing moments from any game, even if you don't support the teams that were in it. Just give me some ideas and I'll do the ranking system. But this could potentially be the start of a new series if you want to see it. So yeah, please let me know in the comments down below if you do want to see it be a series. But today I've picked 5 random footballing moments from what I've just randomly selected a few. And we're going to select and we're going to rank them into a top 5. So basically that's the concept of this video and possibly the series. So we'll get straight into it. The 5 footballing moments I have picked are Leicester's Premier League winning season in 2015-16, Liverpool's Champions League semi-final comeback against Barcelona, Watford versus Leicester's Championship playoff semi-final, Tottenham's comeback against Ajax in the Champions League semi-final, and Aguero's goal against QPR, which saw Man City win the league back in 2012. So they're the 5 footballing moments I've picked for today's video. So we'll get straight into it. And coming in at number 5 is Watford versus Leicester City. Now, the reason why this is 5th out of all of them is obviously obviously all of these games had some amazing in them. But the fact because of how big the others were compared to this one game, I think it ranks them. I think this is why it gets pushed down a little bit lower. This game was still an unbelievable game. I think it all was just it was so famous just because of the ending of to the game. We're into the stoppage time. We're almost over the minimum time of stoppage time added on. And Leicester have a penalty. Anthony Knockaert, you would expect him to tuck it away, send Leicester to Wembley, job done. He misses. He then gets a rebound and misses that as well. Brilliant 2 saves by Almunia that day. And then Watford play it out, go forward, cross to the back stick, headed down, and Deeney's volley into the back of the net, which saw Watford go to Wembley. For the playoff final, and the scenes at Vicarage Road were insane. It's got to be one of the best footballing moments in the Championship in the most recent years. Just the manner of how it finished was insane. And it gives me goosebumps every time I watch it back. It just the feeling of you feel like you're going to be out, not going to go to Wembley because of the penalty, and your goalkeeper brings up 2 massive saves, and then you go and score from the saves down at the other end is just insane. And that's why it does make it into some of my favourite footballing moments. Coming in at number 4 has probably got to be Tottenham's comeback against Ajax. It was a brilliant game, fantastic game. The whole manner of it was brilliant. Lucas Moura's hat-trick, and the fact that it was a last-minute winner as well to send Tottenham through to the Champions League final was just insane. You know, it was just absolute class. Again, these are all games that I look back at and it gives me goosebumps. It's unbelievable to see how you look dead and buried, you know, you look out and the comeback, the manner of it is just how Tottenham stayed calm and fought the way through. They didn't panic, and it's a brilliant finish from Lucas Moura for that third goal, which sent them through to the final. And it was brilliant, and it was just a shame that the final was probably one of the worst Champions League finals in recent history. Obviously, it was them versus Liverpool. Liverpool won 2-0. Obviously, probably the most boring Champions League final in recent history. But yeah, what a game that was. It was absolutely insane. And, you know, all credit to Tottenham for staying calm in that situation and getting the job done. Coming in at third, we have Liverpool's Champions League comeback against Barcelona. Now, this is obviously going to be ranked higher than Tottenham's because of the team it was against and the scoreline that Liverpool had to overturn. Obviously, 3-0 down. 3-0 down in the from the first leg after a messy masterclass basically at the Nou Camp. And to I know you're going back to Anfield and it's famous for its European nights, but to turn around a 3-0 deficit, against one of the best teams in the world in Barcelona was just incredible. You know, when Origi scored the first goal, obviously Liverpool gave Liverpool hope. But when I was watching it and Liverpool did score that goal, I was like, yeah, they've gone and scored it, but I think Barca are going to wake up now, and are going to push forward and get the job done, and they'll shut out Liverpool for the rest of the game. But it didn't turn out like that, and Liverpool turned around have one of the best comebacks in Champions League history alongside Istanbul, which ironically is also Liverpool. It was just insane to see, the corner taken by Trent, the quick thinking, the quick corner, catches all the Barcelona players napping, and Origi fires it home, and it's not like it's a tap-in either, really. He just smashes it into the top corner, and it's the atmosphere at Anfield that night. I couldn't imagine what it had been like live, let alone watching it on the videos. Is just watching it back again. Like I said, all these just give me goosebumps. But my God, was that a finish and a half from Origi? To just slot it in top corner like that, and what a moment it must have been for Liverpool fans. And fair play. And obviously they did go on to win that Champions League that year. And but the manner of that, the whole manner of that goal from Origi to seal the win and steal it away from Barca was insane. It has to go in anyone's top 5 of footballing moments. So fair play to Liverpool, and the well-deserved that comeback. They did deserve to really win it, but so did Tottenham. But I think Liverpool's was a lot harder of a job against obviously the team that they were against and the scoreline they had to overturn compared to Tottenham. But yeah, anyway, that's why I couldn't really rank them too far apart, because there was very, very similar situations that they were in. Coming in at second is Aguero's goal against QPR, which saw Manchester City steal the title away from their city rivals, Manchester United, on the final day of the season. When you watch that back, you're lost for words. You think Man City are gone. Being down to QPR is not the ideal situation to be in, especially when you can win the Premier League. And the comeback was just insane. Edin Dzeko sparked it off with that header from a corner. And then it just moved from there. It still baffles me to this day that Balotelli only has one Premier League assist, and that assist was for that Aguero goal, which won them the league. And the commentary tops it off. Martin Tyler, I tip my hat to you, son, because that was just... The commentary is probably one of the most iconic things about that whole clip. And I know a lot of people do call Manchester City fans plastic because, of all the oil money situation and stuff. But for the fans that were there before all of that and stuff, it must be a special moment for them, to call yourself a City fan back then. And then see your team win the Premier League like that in that fashion is just insane, absolutely insane. And it must have been horrible for Manchester United to just sit at Sunderland. Manchester United fans away, I believe they were away to Sunderland, won 1-0, did all they could, and just being a Man United fan, sat in that away end, hoping that QPR hold on. And then imagine the news coming through to you as a United fan, and you hear, and you're hearing, Man City, and you're hearing Man City score that last minute winner. It must absolutely kill you, final day heartbreak, and especially to your City rivals as well. So it must have been horrible to be a Man United fan that day, but it is what it is. And Aguero fully well credited for that finish. And oh my God, the scenes were just insane. And that's why it makes my top two. But as I said, obviously we're rattling off the footballing moments that I do have. Obviously, coming in at number one is Leicester City's Premier League winning season, 2015-16 season. If this is not in anyone's top two moments of footballing moments in history ever, then there's something wrong with them, because how Leicester City pulled this off against all odds, 5,000 to 1 odds, and they pulled it off. Absolutely insane. They were by far an unreal team that season. Vardy was absolutely insane. Mahrez was unplayable. The defense, you just question how they did it. No offense to Wes Morgan and that, and Robert Hoof, but you wouldn't look at them and call them Premier League. You wouldn't have looked at them before that season and called them Premier League winners. No one would have. No one would have. Not even themselves would have really called themselves Premier League winners. And they went and did it, and they fully deserved that title at the end of that season. The way they played was insane. I think the best goal for Leicester that season as well was Jamie Vardy's volley against Liverpool from, not miles out, but a fair distance out, and he just struck it on the volley, and it flew into the back of the net. It was an insane goal, and they fully deserved the title that year, and no one believed that it would happen, and they pulled it off, and full credit goes to them, and it was unbelievable, brilliant season that was. I really enjoyed that season. Obviously, didn't win the title themselves, really. It was Chelsea that sealed it for them by nabbing that draw against Tottenham at Stamford Bridge. But still, they did deserve that title at the end of that season. And, all credit goes to Claudio Ranieri and that Leicester team for believing in themselves throughout the whole season. And they got what they deserved at the end of it, and it still baffles me to this day how they managed to pull it off. A team that was almost relegated the season before to turn around. It must be the quickest turnaround in football history, of almost being relegated to them winning the league. You're never going to see that again. I genuinely believe you will never see anything like that again. It'll be impossible to do that again, especially in the times we live in, with all this money, especially with the money being spent in the Premier League and stuff like that. You'll never see anything like that again. And you can have my word on that. It'll never, ever happen. And I'm just glad that, that it did happen, when it did, and the team that it happened to, a team that no one really had any hate against. It's not, they've not done anything wrong to anyone. And unbelievable. It's just, you're just speechless when you think about it of how they did it. And yeah, full credit to everyone in that team and everything like that. And it's just unbelievable how they pulled that off. But fair play to them. Anyway, guys, that is possibly the first episode of a series. I do not know. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below if you want to see it become a series. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be out on Tuesday because of Championship midweek action. Obviously, it'll be my score predictions again. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday. I'll see you then. Peace.